Hello, everybody. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel, whichever may be the case. I'm Erica, or Ricky Mickey Plans, and I'm here to plan another week because the weeks keep coming, so we keep planning. This is the week of January 19th through the 25th, and if you are not local, you may not care, but we local folks are calling this IU week. This is IU week. Indiana University is one of my alma maters, and I'm not a football person, but I'm still pretty pumped that they are going to the finals on the 19th. Even people who aren't football people, like myself, are getting excited about this one. So, what I did is make myself a few football stickers. These are most certainly trademarked, especially this one. Maybe that one, but especially this one. I didn't pay for it, but I'm also not gaining any money from it. My channel does not make money. My channel's just for fun. So, you know, maybe a little fuzzy as far as legal, but definitely not like stealing from IU or anything. But they don't even make stickers like this. I mean, I couldn't buy them if I wanted. So there you go. Um, I had been planning for a while to use from the Red Seasonal book, a very old book, these snowflakes that I've not used yet. I know, they're so pretty, right? I mean, look at that. And I haven't used them yet. So I'd been planning to use these in January sometime. I'm going to tie them with this. And then I decided to make it even more cohesive that I made myself some red snowflakes. If you don't know how to make clear stickers, and if you can't get clear sticker paper, which I have some, but I haven't had the nerve to try it yet, you can also do it by using address labels. These are address labels. You can probably, if I can get one off, you can kind of see the shape. And these are old address labels, so they don't want to pull up. But if you see this, like, it's just an address label, but I used my cutting machine on it. I used my printer on it, and I made myself some cute little clear but red snowflakes. So those will go with these clear but silver snowflakes. And while I was at it, I made some boxes because I was already making stickers. So yeah, this is kind of a almost homegrown planner spread along with some happy planner. But let's just get started. Usually I plant a whole bunch of color at the bottom, but snowflakes are not conducive to that. I did make this shovel thinking he'd go down here at the bottom. But then he's also going to go right next to the bison, which will go right here. I don't know, whatever. It's fine. I'm just going to have a whole bunch right down here. I kind of want some color at the bottom. So maybe washi. I have this really super glittery washi. I mean, like it's a little lot. I might not use that. I also have this because IU kind of does the pinstripe pants. It's a kind of a thing. I'm a little afraid it looks a little Christmassy, candy caney. I've got a plain red and I've got a red polka dot. I don't think I like the polka dot. I think I'm just gonna go for this. I will do my best to make it not look Christmassy. It is winter and it is red and it is stripes. So maybe it's hard to avoid Christmas. I don't know. But I'm gonna try. This is really old washi, and if you've ever used old washi, it gets a little gooey sometimes, but I think I can get it to work. So yeah, let's just put some color. Oh, it's still got lots of stick. I used some older washi last week. I used some gold, and it failed me. It kind of peeled up most of the week and kind of drove me crazy. So this feels like it's gonna stick really well. So that's a good thing, even though it's old. So let me know below if A, you care about college football. B, even if you don't care about something like that, if sometimes you get carried away with it. Like I said, see how that gold wash is just pulling up there? Like I said, I am not a football person, but it's hard to ignore the hype. It's also a bigger deal of hype because I still live in the town that I went to college at. Like, I still live in the college town. So, like, all the excitement is everywhere and like everybody's talking about it. If I didn't live here, if I had moved away after grad school, maybe it wouldn't be as big a deal to me. But yeah. So I'm just wondering if you do that too, if you kind of get involved in the hype of things that really are not in your wheelhouse. Because apparently I do every once in a while. Now, I do wish that everybody would get this excited about other stuff, like the opera or something like that, because IU does other good things too that aren't just football. But I'm not going to be too bitter right now because, like I said, it's just an exciting time. Trying to get this over to the edge so this looks like it's leaning on the side of the paper, but then I'm afraid I won't get it straight. It's not straight, but I think it's fine. It's fine. All right, and then the next thing has to be the bison. IU, I use ever since I've been around. Um, their mascot has been Hoosier, a Hoosier, just a Hoosier. And I'm just gonna be honest, like nobody knows what a Hoosier is. I mean, obviously somebody knows what a Hoosier is, but it's like when I didn't grow up in Indiana. I grew up in a different state, and Hoosier was like an insult, and not because of the school, just like the word. And so it was weird to come here and be like, "Go Hoosiers!" Like it's a good thing. But anyway, not knowing what a Hoosier was interesting. But now they've kind of gone back to the bison, which I guess was like a throwback. I don't know. And I just think he's so cute. I like him a lot. All right, let's stop jabbering. And I want to put these snowflakes down, but I think I should do more functional first. So I'm going to come back to this. I'll come back to snowflakes and let's do some functional stuff. So the first functional thing I want to write down is that we do, in fact, have school on Monday. Monday is a national holiday, but we use it as a snow makeup day. And if you have followed my channel for any amount of time at all, you know we've had snow days already. And so that is, yeah, we've got school that day. My husband also has a doctor's appointment after school on Monday. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here too. Just to check up, nothing's wrong. At least we hope. That's the hope, right? And then there is the game that I just talked about. So, should I use this giant sticker? It seems a bit big. I made the rectangle just because I always use a rectangle, but I think I'm going to change it to closer to a square. I just don't think I need it that big. It just seems a little obtrusive. You know what I mean? But it is a big deal. And so I am going to put it in here. So this, if I can get this straight, will be to mark watching the game because we will watch the game. Again, not a big football person, but it doesn't matter. We will be watching the game. That is not a perfect sticker surgery, but it'll do. And then I've also got this sticker here that I'm going to end up using for steps. And I don't want it lined up exactly with that, so I'm going to bring it up a little. I don't have a quote sticker for this week yet, so I don't know if I need to leave this space open or not. But anyway, that'll be for steps later. All right. Other functional stuff. Let's see. I have some rehearsals this week. I am a public school music teacher, and we are starting up rehearsals for the mini musical I do with 4th and 5th grade. So we have a rehearsal after school on Tuesday, and we have a rehearsal after school on Thursday. So I need to mark those. And what I do is this is kind of early in the day. This is like after, like the middle, like after work. And this is evening. Now, technically this is after work and it should go here, but I don't know. It just suits me to put it there. I know I don't make sense, but that's how it is. Although maybe I should change my mind. No, I'm going to leave it there. All right. I also have a dentist appointment on Wednesday, and I'm going to put that here. So, right like that. It's crooked, but whatever. Who cares? And is there anything else going on that was a box? I don't believe so. I think everything else I have going on is stuff that is denoted in these post-it notes, which could get boxes, but I also like to use icons. So they're not going to get boxes. They're going to get icons. I should have raised that up a little bit. No, because we're going to do all the trash and the litter and all that stuff before the game. Okay. So Monday night is trash night. Trash night for us is also shot night for some maintenance medication. So I'll get this and I will get this and put these in. And then it is also, because it is trash night, it is clean out the litter night because that needs to be done, right? The litter stickers are from Paper Lemonade Co. Paper Lemonade Co. Some of these stickers I make myself with just free icons I find online, and then others, if I find one that somebody else designed, it's not like a free image to take, then I'll buy theirs, and that's what that is. All right, I will put this to the side because we'll clean out the litter again later this week. And since it's on a Post-it, I will take this Post-it and I will move it to next Monday for when it's trash night then. You know what I mean? So my next Post-it is choir, which I think we're having that night. Yeah, I think so. So I will take this little icon, which is again, I think from Paper Lemonade Co. Let me double check. Yep. And put this guy here. I just think he's kind of adorable, these little singing eggs. And then I'll move this to next week. So this is just a really easy thing for me to not have to think about those things that happen week after week after week, right? We all have those things, whether it's, practices for your kids or, things like church that you see or whatever. So it's just an easy way to mark it, in my opinion. All right. So my husband has a game night on Thursdays that he plays online with some friends. And then we have a game night that we do in person with some friends on Fridays. And I will take these Post-its and move them to next week, which is on the other side of my desk. And as you can see, we're going to clean out the litter again, which is why I kept that guy out. Empty sticker sheet. Hallelujah. And then I will put this right here for cleaning out the litter. Because we now have 2 cats, so we must do it at least twice a week. It might need to be done 3 times a week. They aren't terrible. They do their thing. All right, now this sticker I got from Mochi Kichi. It is my church sticker, so I will mark that for Sunday right there, and then take this and move it to next week. I use these music notes for when we have concerts because my husband and I are both musicians, lots of concerts in our lives, but this week, no pet stuff this week. And then I will come back to these labels here in a minute. All right. Is that it? Huh. That's kind of an empty week, isn't it? Not bad. All right. Well, then let's find a quote. So I pulled out this Green Gold Star Quotes book. It's an older book as well. I'm trying not to buy a bunch of books and just use some older books that I have. I have enough books to last my whole life, right? Or at least a long time. So I like this one. It says go for it, and it's got the silver and the red. So I'm going to move. Sorry if you can hear that. My husband just got home and the garage is right under me, and he's opening the garage door to get home. So sorry about that. So I'm going to take this sticker here that says go for it. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of like cheery, right? Like for a game kind of thing. Plus it's red and silver. And then I will take this here. I'll move it down. I would love for it to be straight, though. It'd be fantastic if it'd be straight. It's not going to be straight. Whatever. All right, like that. Let yourself rest. Another red and silver. And it kind of seems good for the weekend, right? Oh, there's something on my paper there. Now there's not. So let's do a let yourself rest. What if I move it up here and move the church sticker down a bit? So I'll kind of make this like a weekend mantra there. And then just put church like that. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Cute. All right. And then there was another red one that I saw here. I mean, I don't have to just do red. I could do black. I could do silver, whatever. This one has gold on it, but I'm just going to go with it. And I think I'm going to put it right here. I kind of want it right in the middle, but it doesn't leave me much room to write on Saturday, but I'm going to go for it and make it work. I don't love the lines. Usually I don't care if you can see the lines through a clear sticker, but on this one, it kind of bugs me. I'm going to leave it. You can pull the sticker up and put white out on the lines, those vertical lines there if you want. I'm just going to go with it. But if that's something that bugs you, that's a solution. All right. I think that's good for that. And now I just get to play with some fun stickers, right? I get to play. So Mendoza is our quarterback. It's a wonderful story about a wonderful young man, if you haven't heard of him. So yeah, it's good stuff. He just seems like a really good guy, and I'm just really happy for him. He got the Heisman, and yeah. Again, I know not everybody follows college football. I normally do not. I know the game is on Monday, but I'm going to assume the win and put that on Tuesday. You know? You know what I mean? And let's put a little football in here. I don't know if you could tell, but I made these squares or these boxes brown. Yeah, I really tried to go with the theme here. That might be too busy. Whatever. And then I printed these two things just because they were red and wintry. But let's do some snowflakes instead. And now my husband's closing the garage door. Again, I don't know if the microphone's picking that up, but if it is, I apologize. If it's not, you can ignore it. All right, so let's take, it's going to look weird sticking that silver sticker next to that rose gold sticker, but I'm just going to go with it. Let's put a snowflake there, and then let's get a red or two as well. Don't you just love it? I love that I can make clear stickers. It just makes me so happy. I've done it before. I made these in like a turquoise color once. And then one year, it's probably one of my favorite spreads ever. I made them yellow because, yellow snow. Sorry. I teach kids. So, bathroom humor is part of my life. Sorry. But yeah, it was one of my favorite spreads. I totally loved it. All right. Let's do this guy here. And he's a really bold snowflake. Maybe I'll do the other one. I chose him because he was the bold snowflake, but now I kind of want the more lacy looking one. In fact, I think I want slightly smaller. All right, so is that the same snowflake? It is. Do I care? A little? Not enough. Oops. I don't care enough. Come on. All right, so let's put you like that. And then let's take a red. Now the red, because these are on this address paper, to make the big ones, you have to kind of decide. Well, I'll show you. You have to kind of decide where you think you're going to use a part of a sticker. Like where you're going to have it lay off the side of the page, because it doesn't, the address label isn't big enough. So I kind of decided that ahead in a way that I wanted this piece of snowflake to be this size. Now those look like they are stacked on top of each other, and I don't love that look. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to change that around. But see, you can make it's still a big snowflake, right? But it's obviously just been cut off. Like this big snowflake, I'm going to cut it off. So that was just pre-cut, which is fine. All right, let's move you down here. Move you to Thursday and Friday. Yeah, I think I'll like that better. My daughter's cat is coming to visit, so if you don't like cats, I apologize, but I think he's about to jump up here. He just likes to play up here. Oh, he changed his mind, ran away. Okay. So since these are kind of old, I've had these address labels a long time. They're not peeling up. There we go. Just pop that out of there. Ta-da! Now, I don't know if you've thought about this, but an art teacher that we used to teach at our school told me that to make things look random, you have to put some of them close together. Don't make them evenly spaced out. So I like to put kind of groups of 2s and 3s of things. So that is what I learned from her. So that's why these are kind of close together like this. Let's do that. All right. I'm just gonna continue putting down snowflakes. All right, that's a lot of snowflakes. That's a lot. I kind of want this little cardinal. He's kind of wintry and cute. Do I need him? No, but do I kind of like him? Yes. Um, it may just be too much. I might be trying to get too much on the page. Sometimes less is more. So I made them, but I don't need them. Same with these mittens. Normally I don't like clothing stickers, but those I thought were kind of cute. But again, I think sometimes less is more. So I'm going to leave those off. I am going to get some dot markers, some highlighters, and some to-do lists. That's next. When using red, dot markers are no big deal. There is a very good clean color dot marker from Zig. And there's also a brown for my football. Like, that's fine. But when using highlighters, red is harder. So I can get a highlighter that's brown. There's this kind of dark brown. I could use that. Kind of matches that football well. There's this lighter brown, a little warmer. I could use that. I might like that, actually. I don't know. Either one of those will do. But then there's this one that they call red. It's not red. It's pink. Now, there's a little pink in this page with this little ampersand here. So maybe that's okay. Yeah, maybe that's okay, actually. Do I care that it's not pink, red? I think today I'm going to go with it. I think for today I'll go with it. All right, so I am going to use some highlighter for some of these things that have, pardon me, I lost my train of thought, for some of these things that have icons. So I'm going to use some highlighter here for choir practice. I'm going to use some highlighter here for church. I think I want that to be the brown. So let's use this highlighter here for our game night with some friends. That one gets 3 lines of text because it usually has more details. And then let's use this one for my husband's because there's really no brown down in here. And then let's use this one for church. I always have one that says church and one for any meetings or other things that we may have because my husband works there, so you never know what could come up. And really and then my steps box. So I do need a label for that. Since I have these boxes, I'm going to use one. You don't need to use a label box for this. But I'm going to take this label box and put it here for steps. And then I have this label here that says steps, and I'm going to put it in there. And then, this is a lot of work, right? It's all good because it's fun work. I will take my dot marker and make 7 dots for 7 days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I should have used red. That's okay. No, I shouldn't have. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, and then the dot marker will also be used for my to-do lists. These are some smaller sheets that I get from Levenger that I can't seem to get stacked up. Sorry. They are a little longer than I like, so I always cut them just a slight bit. Plus, it gives me scrap paper to test out my markers. But these will lay in my page or my spread like this. And the reason I have 2 is because I have a to-do list for at school and a to-do list for at work. So I'm going to make my at work one this nice red box, and I'm going to make my at home one of these brown boxes. They're not the same size, but it's okay because they're not going to be seen at the same time. So it is fine. So I have, see, here they are. This one is at home, and this one is at work. Now, I'm out of, apparently, on this sheet, the things that say to do. So I am going to have to go elsewhere for that. Or I could just write to do, like I can just write it. In fact, I think this week I'm going to do that. Pardon me, you're going to see my horrible handwriting. These are, I don't know what markers these are. Something touch, I don't know. But I kind of like them. They're for calligraphy. I'm horrible at calligraphy. I have no handwriting skills. But it's my planner. So I can just write to do. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just embarrassed that y'all are seeing it. I have horrible handwriting, and I don't know how to fix it. Even slowing down, it doesn't work. But yeah, then the clean colored dot markers, what'll happen with these is I will, I'm going to have 1,000 things to do, but let's just start with 3. I will just put a mark and then write what they are. And then the dot becomes my checkoff box. And so these will live in my planner. I can keep at work on top, keep at home on top, leave one on my desk, not have either in the planner. Like, very good system for me. And that is about it. I do want to put a little washi on the edge of these just because it aids in turning the page on these, honestly, and seeing the edge of the page. I don't know what my dog's barking at, if you can hear him. Apparently he's a squirrel or something out there. He does like to bark at his squirrel friends. Say hi to him and tell him he wishes he could eat them. Don't worry, we don't let him. All right, so then these will get folded over. And I'll just cut off that little extra little tab. And voila, I have a to-do list that sits like that in my planner. And I can put another snowflake on these just to carry through the theme. So I've got a few silver left, but I've got a lot of red left. So let's just go with red. So I'll take that and put it right there, the pre-cut red snowflake. And that, my friends, is my spread for the week. So if you enjoyed what you saw, I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up. If you were inspired at all or want to see more of my videos, you could give my channel a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it lets you know when my new videos come out, and it lets me know that you enjoy watching them. So I hope you have a great week. If you're watching the game, go IU. Sorry if you're from Florida. And yeah, I hope you have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy planning. Bye-bye.